If you're thinking about building a custom home, one of the thoughts that you may have, and it may not come out this way, but it's what we hear from people at the end of the day, is how do I choose a builder who's not going to screw me? And that may be cost, value, or schedule. There's so many horror stories out there about building a custom home or an addition or a renovation, and from day one it goes off the rails. It's nothing but a nightmare. So today we're going to talk about some ideas for you to select a builder for your custom home project that is not a nightmare, but an asset. Somebody who's going to walk you through a process, somebody's going to take you from step 1 to step 25 in a way that you can enjoy building your custom home, and that's the only way it should be done. I'm Andrew Giannatasio. I'm one of the owners of GTG Builders. We're here to educate people, potential clients, on the custom home building process. We have 25 years of experience, and we want to share that with people so they can help develop the very best custom home building process that meets their needs and their goals, and you can enjoy it. So stick around. Right now we're going to talk about 3 ideas about choosing a custom home builder. So the first thing that you should expect and clearly communicate to builders that you're talking to is transparency. Transparency in pricing and transparency in schedules. When we talk about transparency, it gets complicated because in a first meeting, we're talking with clients about something that's completely hypothetical. We don't have all the details. We may know what rooms a client wants in a house. We may be able to arrive at a general size, but normally we don't have a home design. And if we do have a home design, we don't have all the answers. So the best we can do in the first meeting is come up with some general budgets. So our goal is to talk about general budgets. When you talk with a builder about general budgets, it's important to ask and understand what is included and what is not. We want to tell our clients, when we give you a budget, it's for this. It's for a finished home, and that number is not going to change dramatically from our first meeting. We'll give you a range. That construction should fall in that range. It shouldn't be wildly different. We'll also talk about what is included and what's not. What kind of things are we talking about? Are we talking about vinyl flooring, or are we talking about hardwood flooring? Are we talking about vinyl siding, or are we talking about hardy siding? These are all things that adjust the final cost. So let's talk about them. We want to be as transparent as possible. When it comes to schedules, first meeting, we're going to tell you how long it takes to build your home, the one that you're telling us you want. We're going to give you some general ideas of schedules. That's going to include the planning phase, the permitting phase, and the construction phase. So we're going to start breaking it down. We're going to be transparent from day one. Some of those phases we control and some we don't. During the process, we're going to have an application that allows you to see the construction schedule for yourself. You're going to see who's coming tomorrow to be working on your house. You're going to see how long that phase, let's call electrical or plumbing, how long that phase should take and who's going to be next and when. It's also going to forecast final construction and the day you move in from day one. Now, that will change during the process, but we're being transparent. Nothing's perfect. We're going to tell you the best things that we can about budget and schedule from day one. And as we move forward together, those things are going to get tighter and tighter until we have a guaranteed cost and we start construction. So the next point is most builders can show you beautiful photographs and even take you to projects. Don't get focused too much on their portfolio. Try to understand their process. So when it comes to process, we're talking about several different factors. How do they handle scheduling, and how do they handle communicating that schedule? How do they handle communications? How does that happen during the process? Will you be talking to your builder every day? Will they be emailing? Will they be texting? And lastly, what happens when something goes wrong? We've done this for 25 years. Something always goes wrong. Big or little, We take care of it here at GTG Builders. We're responsible for problems. Now, we're not going to hide them from you. We're going to tell you about them. That doesn't mean you're on the hook for them and you don't have to lay awake at night. That's our job. We take care of them. In the beginning, though, it's important that you understand how problems will be dealt with and what is the expectation of you and your builder when things go wrong. Lastly, talk to past clients. Don't accept just one client referral from a builder. If someone calls me and they say, I'd like to get a referral, I'm going to give you 3 clients that we've built for in the past 24 months, and you can select which one or all if you want to talk to them. When you do talk to them, think about what things you fear the most. Do you fear budget overruns? Do you fear change orders? For example, if you started with red oak floors and you want to use white oak floors, you make that decision sometime during the process. What is that process, and does the builder do a good job? Ask past clients about that. Ask past clients about schedule. Did the house get built relatively in the time frame that you expected? And lastly, you can ask those builders, you can ask how that person now feels, this client that we finished a house for 18 months ago. How do they feel about that builder today, now that everything's done and you're living in the house? Would you recommend them to me, to my friends, to build a house with? So that's it. 3 ideas that you should take away from this video about choosing a custom home builder. It's the biggest decision you will make during this process. I know you don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I know sometimes it's uncomfortable, but take your time, pick a builder that works for you. That way you can eliminate that fear and have a great asset working on your behalf.